It's Australian Open time. We've done the men's draw preview. Now on to the women's draw preview. And who is going to be the champion in a few weeks' time? Is it going to be Iga, Saba, Rybakina, Coco Gauff? Or is it going to be one of the new gens, one of the new players on the tour? Maybe Paolini Kudermetova.
That's right, we had the men's draw. Go check that one out if you haven't done so yet. This is the women's, and it's not long until the actual matches start. So if you're at home, make sure to play along. Leave us some comments about who you have going far in this tournament. But I'm excited, JG. This one, we're going to see some of the players who maybe broke onto the scene last year. They could actually be real contenders this year. And I'm talking about the likes of Coco Gauffs and Kim Win-jengs, people who really had a good tournament in Australia for the first time. And now they could be in the mix with the Sabas, with the Igas, with the Rybakinas. And this is a really close draw.
Also, with some of the new players, like your Paolini Kudermetovas, my wild card for the year. Nobody's played as many matches as her this so far. And she's looking very good in them. She's just played a few matches in the qualifying, beating everyone, winning 7-5 in every single match as well, which just shows she's so good at that business end. And it was a good experience losing in that final to Sabalenka only a week ago or so.
Yeah. Because
I feel she's now been able to see what the highest level is in Australia. And that's what Sabalenka is. Let's be fair. If this graphic shows it perfectly, the previous champions, her down under, she's been the champion the last 2 years. Rybakina's got to a final in 23, Kim Win-jeng in 24. And I'm fascinated to see what you think about Kim Win-jeng. Could we see her do very well in Australia yet again?
I think that we probably will. I mean, the draw hasn't been that kind to her, if you saw our draw reaction, but she has done incredible things on a tennis court last year, and most notably beating Iga on sort of her home turf at Roland Garros during the Olympics, won that Olympic gold. Now she's got a little bit more experience under her belt. She's been to the final in Australia before, and now she's got to surely have more confidence coming in. I mean, it was a comfortable win in the final. It was 6-3, 6-2, but I think these players, like your Coco Gauff last year, she got to a semi-final as well. I think those two players you really want to keep an eye on, because young players, they always are getting better. Like in Sabalenka, you can only be so dominant for so long. And I think it goes the same for Jannik Sinner as well on the men's. Like, everybody will catch up eventually. And I think this year we're going to see a lot more competitive matches on the women's, and Saba's not going to have it all her own way.
Yeah, agreed. But despite that, similar to the men's, Sabalenka will be the outright favourite for the Australian Open, just like Sinner is. We'll pull up the odds in a second to have a little compare.
Yep.
But I feel that sometimes you never really know. And some of these events where you're quite confident in a player, it never goes that way. I've noticed that in recent years, definitely since doing this podcast. And with Sabalenka, I don't know if she's going to want to be the outright favourite. She's better as an underdog.
Yeah, and here we go. Just talking about favourites. She is 3.25. Coco Gauff and Iga level as second favourites with 5s. Rybakina, pretty good. It's like the Medvedev on the men's side, 8.5 there. And Kim Win-jeng, 17s. For someone who was in the final last year, those are pretty big odds as well. Any other names you want to have a look at them? Maybe
Madison Keys has just won another title. She won Adelaide, I believe, a few years ago and just won it again. So finding some form at a good time. So definitely some value. I think Mukova probably one of the ones who is always worth a bet, because if she plays her best level, she can win this event. So at that value, I think it's always good. But if you go right to the top again, Ben, I just want to see the odds of Saba. It's 3.25. So she's not as big a favourite as Sinner. Do you think that's right? Do you think Sinner's a bigger favourite to win the men's than Saba is to win the women's?
I would have to sort of agree a little bit, just because I think the way that the women's game works, I think that Sabalenka's more likely to come unstuck
as well.
Well, yeah, that as well. I think she's more likely to come unstuck in a slam than Yannick Sinner seems to be at the moment. But it's all about the business end of the tournament. I feel that both of them are good enough to go deep. Are both of them good enough to win it? I mean, Saba's done it back to back, so you'd think that she would be able to do it again. But I think that the level of competition on the women's is really hotting up, and that's why I've said it already. I think this one's going to be so competitive this year. I'm actually more excited for this women's Australian Open than I've been since we started the podcast, to be honest. Okay. I think now we've really become invested in a lot of these players. We've seen how that they've grown. Like even the likes of Sabalenka. I remember she had a year when she was winning. I think she won 5 titles, and then she dropped off, and then she came back. The bad cert. She's really turned her career around. Iga had been super strong for a long time. Rybakina, she had a lot of ups and downs as well. But yeah, lots of people coming to the forefront now. Mira Andreeva, another one that you're thinking she's going to get to a final at some point. Will it be this year? So many good names. Paolini, I mean, some 41. Look at that. I mean, that's insane odds for somebody who had such a good year last year.
I don't see Paolini winning, no. Let's get into the draw. So Sabalenka, the number 1 seed. She's going to be playing Sloane Stephens in the first match. You touched on Rybakina a second ago. The problem with her is all this stuff with the coach. It's very unsettling, and it's annoyed me slightly. So I wonder if I'm going to take that into consideration in these next 10 minutes or so.
Wow.
But this one is a simple one. I'm going to have Saba beating Stephens.
Yes, I'll go the same. I think it's the normal one to be picking, so I'm going to go into the edit version. I think I'm in the wrong bit. Don't worry. I'm getting there 2 seconds. Here we go. So Saba through first against Stephens. I think it will be comfortable as well.
I'll have Kartal.
Yep.
I'm going to go Pera.
I agree.
Noskova. Polina Kudermetova. First match is going to be against Freck, so she's very close to Saba there, which is annoying.
I think she'll win as well against Freck. That's a seed going out.
Blinkova, who knocked out Rybakina last year in that crazy tie break. I think she'll beat Saville.
I'm going to go Saville.
Who's Lynette?
Yeah,
against
I'll go
Uchiyama. Yep.
Yep.
I'll go Mira Andreeva, Diana Snyder.
Yep.
Tomjanovic, Vondrausova, Vekic.
Tough match though, Vekic, parry.
I'm going to go Yu Yuan here. I'm going to have Pavlyuchenkova going out.
Nah, not for me. I'm going to go Pav. Potapova to knock out Zidanšek. Go Siegemann to knock out Baptiste. Who's Kim Won-jung playing?
I'm going to go Baptiste.
Okay.
Tadoni.
Ooh, it's a real tough match, actually.
Clay court Tadoni. Tadoni's better on the clay, and King Wing's got a lot more experience, so I think King Wing will win. But Tadoni could take a set.
What do you reckon on this one? Coco Gauff versus Sofia Kenin, 2020 champion. When we started the podcast, this was the first champion we witnessed.
Yeah,
was Sofia Kenin.
Muguruza.
That was my dark horse, remember?
Do you remember when she was playing Muguruza, there was that point, that passage of the game where she was love 40 down and she fired a few backhand winners, forehand winner down the line, some really good shots. And
it was amazing.
Yeah. I sometimes think about that when I play, because in big breakpoint moments, you need to be very brave, and that's what she showed there. So I'll always remember that about Kenin. Fair play to her. I'll have Jean beating Burridge.
I'm going to go Burridge with the Brits coming down. Buxer.
And of course, I will be going Coco Gauff. I didn't even say it, but
I know. I thought you would be. Don't worry. Leila Annie Fernandez to knock out. I think it's a tough one, but it is Stara Budseva. Bless you. Moving down, Mukova to beat Podoroska. I'll have Osaka beating Garcia. Yep. Leymans to beat Zagorac. Is that right?
No, it's Erdjavec.
Okay, so Leymans anyway.
Veronica Erdjavec. I'm going to have Erdjavec beating Leymans.
Whoa, I feel like you've got a bit of unfinished business with Leymans. I'm going to have Ostapenko to beat Bencic. Well, you and me both. Badoza to beat Wang. Who is this one? We got Sonmez
versus Gibson. I'm going to have Sonmez.
Yeah, I don't know much about Gibson. Sorry about that, Amy, but I'm going to be going Sonmez as well.
She is Australian, by the way, not British.
Okay, I'm going to go Swiatek to knock out Niemeyer.
I'm going to have Niemeyer. I'll have Kostyuk beating Hebino.
Yep.
Samsonova. Danilovic.
Yep.
Mertens.
Just been to a final, Mertens, in Hobart. Lost it, though, to Kessler, but yeah, I'll have a winning. Pegula,
Rybakina. Jovic, your player.
Yeah, it's got Jorovic here, but it is Jovic. Danka Kovanic against Lulu Sun. Lulu Sun, I mean, I'm going to go with it, but I haven't really seen much of her since Wimbledon, but I'm just going to stay on the bandwagon. Do you know? Well, it says Switzerland there. Is that right?
She's Australian.
Who, Lulu Sun?
Yeah.
Why does it say Swiss then? It's a bit ridiculous.
It's a trick question for you, but yeah. She's Australian. So I'll have
New Zealand, didn't she?
Was it New Zealand?
Yeah, New Zealand. I think so. We both got it wrong. There you go. I don't know what's going on this website. They're
it's definitely not Swiss.
No, I mean, bizarre. Some of the names on there are a bit dodgy. Right, okay, I'm going to go Yastremska. Keys, yeah. I'm going to be going Begu.
I'll go Rusa. Okay. Aieva.
Yeah, Aieva. Collins.
Haddad-Meyer. Zheng.
Yep.
Veronika Kudermetova. Balta.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Sersteyer knocking out Svitolina.
Not this whole game again. I'm not going with that. I'm going Svitolina. Baylek to knock out.
There's going to be some siege tumble on the first round. You know it.
Yeah, always. Maybe, who's Paolini playing? I'm going to have Taylor Townsend beating Zalazua.
Paolini's playing Wei.
I don't know anything about Wei. Get out of the way. Right, we have
I'm going to go Stearns to knock out Navarro.
It's a big call. Nah, I'm going to go Navarro. Stick with the seeds for now.
I'll have Wang.
Yeah,
Kalinina
Wang.
to beat Jabeur.
Nah.
Maybe not. No, I'll go Jabeur.
Rude.
I went Jabeur.
Sakari. Come on, Sakari's going to have a
I'm
resurgence.
going to go Osorio. I think Sakari's going to go out opening round. We know what she's like in Grand Slams. Sakari, we're going to have to watch this one. She is terrible in Grand Slams recently. I think she's going to lose again. I'm going to have Evanesian beating Putin Saver.
Same here.
I'll go...
Kessler just won a tournament. I'll have her beating... Remember Shuai Zhang... I think it was 22 matches in a row. She lost. She finally won a match. But yeah. Moving down, Bondar versus Yafan Wang. I'll go Bondar on this one. Kasatkina to beat Tomova. Kalinskaya to beat Burrell. A lot of Russians in this section. McNally or Gracheva? I'll go Gracheva. I'll go with the Russians again.
Yep. Then Christian, Azarenka. Then we'll stop on this one. Alexandrova, Raducanu.
Oh no!
I think Raducanu is going to lose.
I
really do.
Alexandrova is a.
I would love for her to play Maria Carla though again. That is a dream for me. I want to see Raducanu Carla Part 2.
I'm not sure if I do want to see it. Alexandrova has not been in the greatest form. She beat Fernandez this year. That's her only win. I'm going Radu. I'm just with the hope. I know that I've had some stick in the comments. People going, this bracket's terrible. You're just picking who you like, not what you think. JG is much better. He's a tennis expert. Well, let's see come the end of the tournament. That's all I'm saying. Tennis experts, they sometimes pick completely wrong things.
Well, we'll pick these ones then, Ben, because I've got Maria Carla, Slamkova, and Iga.
Are you joking me? To beat Anisimova?
Definitely.
All right, fair enough. I'll have Shramkova as well, and I will have Iga at the bottom. Let's get to the top again. Half the draw gone.
This round, I think, is easier.
Yeah, I'll have Towson beating Pera. I think you've got Noskova.
Yep.
Polina versus...
Polina Kudermetova beating Blinkova.
Yeah,
I've got Mira Andreeva, Snyder, Vekic.
I'm going to have Tomjanovic beating... I'm going to have... I'm going with Vekic as well to beat Vondrousova. I'll have Pav to beat Pot. Two Russians again.
No. I'll have King Wing beating Batiste, Gauff, Fernandez, Mukova, Osaka. I'm going to go Osaka to knock out Mukova.
Nah, not for me. If she plays her Grand Slam winning level tennis, I don't think she will be on that level though.
I think if Mukova plays her best, then she'll beat Osaka regardless.
Yeah,
but
I mean at the moment
I'm going to go Osaka.
Good. Lehman's Ostapenko. Yeah, same. Badoza, Kostyuk,
Samsonova, Pegula, Rybakina.
Yeah, Pegula. Yeah, too good. Rybakina again. I mean, could there be an upset?
Can Jovic beat Rybakina?
I don't think. I think it's far too soon for a 17-year-old to come up against a big hitter like that. Jastrzemska to beat Sun.
No, I'm going to go Sun.
Wow.
I'll have Keys.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm
Collins.
Go Aieva to beat Collins.
That's a big one, that. Big call.
I'll have Haddad-Meyer. I'll go Katie Bolter to beat Kudermetova.
Yeah, this little section, I'm not the biggest fan of.
Getting closer to Iga, that's why.
I'm going to have Bejlek beating Svitolina.
Oh, damn. I forgot to put someone in the round before.
I think you put Sir Stayer.
No, it was Taylor Townsend or Zarazua. I never picked one for that.
Oh, okay.
What one did you go for? Townsend.
I went Townsend.
I'm going to go Zarazua.
It's a bit of a 50-50 that for me. I'm going for Paolini to win anyway.
I'll have Bejlek beating Sir Stayer. Paolini to beat Zarazua. Stearns, Jabeur, Avanesian, Kasatkina, and Kalinskaya.
Yeah, Jabeur to beat Sakari. That's the famous two players, you and John Silk. Kasatkina, Kalinskaya, Azarenka. Oh, Raducanu versus Anisimova.
I'm going to go Alexandrova.
I'm going to go, I think Anisimova beats Raducanu. And then Iga. Iga at the bottom. Sets up some interesting matches here. Right, Sabalenka versus Towson. Towson just won an event. Is it enough?
Could be a good match, but I'll go Saba.
Yeah, same. Mira Andreeva versus Polina. I'm going Mira Andreeva here.
Yeah, me too. I think Mira will beat her.
Slightly more experienced despite the age.
I'm going to go Sneijder here to beat Vekic.
I'm going to have Vekic to beat Tomjanovic.
I'll have King Wing Zheng beating Potapova.
Yep. Ooh, Gauff Fernandez. Nice matchup, but Gauff will get the victory.
I'm going to have Fernandez knocking out Gauff.
I can't believe you're doing that.
That is a perfect bracket one as well for me, by the way. I've got Fernandez in 10th and you've got her in number 1, Gauff. So
I feel personally attacked after that selection.
Fernandez is going to beat Gauff, Ben.
You're going to get so much stick for that. I'm telling you right now. If you're angry at that pick, tell us in the comments section, please.
No one's going to be angry. People think Fernandez can do it. People believe in her.
Mukova to beat Ostapenko, or is that too much?
I don't have them. I've got Osaka. She's going to beat Ostapenko.
Wow, that'd be a firefight. Kostyuk to knock out
to beat Badoza.
Yeah, I got the same.
Pegula to beat Samsonova. Rybakina.
Yes.
Madison Keys.
Collins been to the final. No, I'm going to go Collins.
I'll have Katie Bolter to beat Haddad-Meyer.
Come on, Bolter.
Paolini. Jabeur.
Where did she get last year? 4th round, wasn't it, Paolini?
She went deep, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's still good enough to... It's not a bad draw for Paolini, to be fair.
Early round, she's quite good, yeah.
Jabeur or Navarro? Yeah, I think I'm going to go Jabeur as well.
I'll have Kasatkina. Kalinskaya.
I'm going to go Avanesian to have a little run. Knocks out Kasatkina. And... Ooh... Kalinskaya, Azarenka.
Azarenka's not going to do well here.
How old is Azarenka now?
I think it's going to be a bad year for Azarenka.
I feel like Father Time, 35 now. Yeah,
I think it's done.
I think
it's getting close to your age.
Definitely done then. Right, Kalinskaya, Azarenka. Oh my word! And then the last but not least is who do you have? Do you have Iga versus who do you have? Do you have Anisimova, Raducanu?
Iga Alexandrova. I've gone Iga.
I'm going to go Anisimova to knock out Iga.
No, mate. What's Anisimova been doing? She been playing?
That's a good point. She played 2 matches, won both of them, and then we just withdrew against Avanesian in Hobart.
Lost interest.
She lost in New Zealand to Parks, but that was just first match of the year, just getting started, warming up. She's good. When she comes to the slam, remember when she beat Osaka? You were like, she's never beaten her. And then we sat there and watched it together. Anisimova can be a bracket killer.
Okay, Sabalenka. She'll beat Andreeva.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Kim Wing-Zheng will beat Snyder.
Kim Wing-Zheng will beat Vekic. Gauff Mukova. Ooh.
Fernandez Osaka. I'm going to have Fernandez still making the charge. She's going to beat Osaka.
I mean, Gauff Mukova, I'm going to go Gauff. I think that she has the better of her when she faces her, even though they're both very high level. Kostyuk versus Pegula. I'm going to be going Kostyuk. I'm going Kostyuk here.
Rybakina Keys.
Rybakina Collins.
I'm going to have Rybakina. More hope than anything.
You were talking about her coach affecting her, but it seems to be she's doing pretty well with the coach on your bracket.
Well, this is the one where I think she could lose, potentially, but I'm still going to be picking Rybakina.
I'm going Danielle Collins.
This could be a slight bit of a bias. I don't think Collins is going to get there, but Keys certainly can. Balter, Paolini. I'm going to have Paolini.
I'm going to go Katie Balter.
Jabeur Kasatkina. I'll have Kasatkina.
Jabeur Avanesian. Surely this is a perfect. I think they just literally played Jabeur Avanesian. Jabeur won. So there you go. Easy for me, that one. Kalinskaya
and Iga will beat Kalinskaya.
I'm going to have Kalinskaya at the bottom to beat Anisimova next. So it's a bit of a weird bracket.
At the bottom, strange.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but people are going to be coming for me, I'm sure. Sabalenka, Kim Wing-Zheng. I mean, do you have the same? I'm going to go
Saba.
Is yours the exact same, yeah?
Yeah, I'll have Saba winning.
Yeah, sadly, Kim Wing, I don't think you've closed the gap enough just yet. I'm going to be going the same. Gauff versus Kostyuk.
I'm going to have Pegula beating Fernandez. This is where Fernandez goes out. She had a fantastic tournament, Lena.
She always does from yours.
She's had a fantastic tournament in my
The crowd applaud her off the court.
Yeah, she'll be pleased.
I'm having Gauff beating Kostyuk. Collins versus Balter.
I'm going to have Paolini beating Rybakina.
I'm going to have Katie Balter. Starts the year with a bang. She goes through into the semi-finals. And then at the bottom, I've got Jabeur Kalinskaya.
I've got Iga Kasatkina, and it's going to be Iga.
This is tough. I'm going to go Kalinskaya to beat John Jabeur into the semis. It's a weird bracket down the bottom for me. So I've got.
Mate, mine's pretty safe. I've got a 1-7-4-2.
And
the only person I've knocked out is Coco.
I'm not sure which seeds they are on mine. We got Kalinskaya and.
Yeah, I don't know.
Balter's 22. I think Kalinskaya's 17.
They're probably all seeds, your ones, I think. But
yeah, they are all seeds. So this could be the final before the final, really. Sabalenka versus Gauff again in the semi-final, the same as last year. And who's on yours? Is it the same?
Saba Pegula.
Oh, Gauff went ages. Early. Oh, okay. So Pegula going all that way. Wow.
Yeah. I think Saba will beat Pegula.
Oh, I was going to say, surely she's in amazing form.
No, don't tease me. I'm going Saba in the final without a doubt.
Wow. I'm going for Coco Gauff to get one over on Sabalenka. She gets the revenge for last year's semi-final defeat, and she goes through to the final. Saba out. And the bottom, Katie Balter versus Kalinskaya at the bottom.
You're joking. That's a terrible bracket, Ben. Mine's Paolini, Iga. I'm going to have Iga beating Paolini. So I'm going for the 1-2 final of Saba versus Iga. And a lot of people want to see that edition because they've not seen Iga deep at the Australian Open ever before. And I feel people have wrote her off a little bit based on what happened last year with all the doping stuff. That got in her head. It impacted her more than it did Sinner. And I think that's why her performances weren't at her highest level. I feel like she's put that to one side a little bit, and we're going to see a lot better Iga. And people are not, they're dismissing her too soon. Dismissing Iga far too soon. I think she's going to do some great things this year. Could even push Saba for world number 1 at come the end of the year. So I'm having Iga to make the final.
I've just realised with Kalinskaya, her start to the year, hopefully it's not too hot out there for her. Hopefully the temperatures aren't too high because she withdrew from the last tournament with heat stroke. It's normally quite hot, and that's sort of changed my opinion. And I'm going to be going for Katie Boulter to make it into the Australian Open final. She's newly engaged. The doors are going to open up for Katie Boulter to make her first ever Grand Slam final.
Absolute no chance of happening at all. My one's going to be weird because I'm not going to go for Saba. I'm going to have Iga winning the Australian Open. I've changed my mind. I said Saba
even more
at the
ridiculous.
Start. I think Iga will win the Australian Open. Not many people are going to be picking it. I reckon the percentages on here will be around 15% of people go with Iga to win. I think 0% go for Boulter in the final.
Could be a stroke of genius, could be a stroke of madness, but she doesn't win the final. I believe Coco Gauff gets it done. She's got the experience, and she will win the Australian Open for the first time.
Well, there we go. You've heard what we've got to say. Ben's gone for Coco Gauff. I've not gone for Sabalenka. I thought I was going to, but I've changed my mind. I think Iga's going to win the final the more I think about it. I've maybe talked myself into the fact that I think she's going to have a better season than people think she will. I think Coco Gauff could crumble more than you think she will. And that's my predictions. That's what I come on here to do. I can't tell the future, but I try my best to from time to time. Let us know yours in the comment section below. If you want to know our wild cards, they'll probably be the ones we picked at the start of the year. Ben's got Iva Jovic, and I've got Polina Kudermetova.
I was going to say, I could have Katie Boulter as well. I think she's 20, outside the 20s on the seeds. But yeah, I think you'd have a better chance Polina winning this than Iga. Should have gone with that.
As another wild card, I'll throw in the mix Leylah Annie Fernandez. She's 30 on the seeds, and I've got her going very far. I think she's a fantastic talent. And one day, she's going to prove me right. One day. Is the day going to be now? We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you daily for Australian Open podcast, running through all of the action. And if you've not seen our men's preview, go check it out. Spoiler alert, Ben has Jack Draper winning the Australian Open. And if you want to verify that, you've got to watch the video.
As long as it's not too hot.